So very recently I released a Line 6 Helix preset for the ENGL model that they have in the amazing Helix. And it got me thinking, what do they have in Amplitube along the lines of the ENGL amps? It's not an amp model I ever really looked at, but I'm really glad I did. This is an absolutely killer amp model. I'm actually talking about the ENGL E650, which is a Ritchie Blackmore signature model from my understanding. These are official ENGL releases with Amplitube, therefore they actually have the ENGL name on it and the graphics look amazing, exactly like the real amp. So this was a lot of fun to use. So I used the same audio demo I did for my Helix preset that I released yesterday, and I just reamped all of the tracks, which the DI guitar was recorded through my Focusrite Claret Plus 4 pre. So I was able to just reamp those and use the same audio demo I created for the Helix version. So this was a lot of fun to do. Now, as of today on my website, I have a couple presets available. I have a single preset for free, which is an overdrive version, stripped down, no effects. And the link to that will be in the description below. But I also have my ENGL Ultimate preset that's available at the link below as well. This is a much more full-featured preset pack. It has some presets that have a full array of effects models with it. There's also the stripped down versions of it. Obviously, you need to have a license for the ENGL amp models that are in Amplitube or own Amplitube 5 Max, but that is also available. And later in the video, I'll play you the demo video. It's a little bit longer this time. I wanted to play the sound of the tone I'm going to create today is used in this mix, but I also wanted to play you the full mix using the other presets from the ENGL Ultimate presets that are available at my website. And I also give you the opportunity to listen to the soloed tracks outside of the mix so you can kind of hear what they actually sound like both in and out of the mix. I thought that would be fun. If you're not into listening to that, you can just skip the video at the end. But without further ado, let's dive right in and see if we can't get this ENGL E650 sounding killer. All right, so here we are over in Amplitube 5. Now, the interesting thing here is, like I mentioned, this is an official certified amp model from the folks at ENGL in partnership with the folks at ENGL. So we do get to have the proper logo on the amp. I think it makes it look really spectacular. So this is a very versatile amp. We have two channels that share an EQ for the most part, the bass, middle, and treble. Channel 2, our lead channel is here, and then we have a clean channel. We have a bright switch. We have a lead presence and lead volume, and we also have the ability to switch between low and high on the gain levels for the channels as well. And we have a separate master volume for each low and high gain. So very, very usable amp. And this is why I say it may be the only amp you'd ever need, actually. It can go from everything from really pristine cleans all the way up to fairly high gain. So really, really versatile amp. And I think you'll hear that later when I play you the demo video I put together of the piece of music I composed. And you can then hear the sound of this in and out of the mix. So to start off with, as I always do, I have my little mastering section here where I use just a dab of white 2A or an LA2A style studio compressor at the end of the chain just to kind of glue everything together. Again, as I've mentioned, anybody who's watched my videos before knows I talk about this often. I only get it to do like maybe a dB and a half of gain reduction. I have a little tiny bit of the Neve style EQ at the end as well, a low cut at 100, high cut at 12 kilohertz, pretty standard settings. I'll usually keep a lot of similar settings here and just tweak it based off the amp, speaker, and mics that I choose in a particular situation. But in this case, I have the low shelf set at 100 hertz and boosting that 1 dB. I have the frequency of 390 hertz pulling minus 1.5 dB out of that with a bell curve. And then I go up to 3,300 hertz, where I kind of like to boost a lot with this EQ. And it's a shelf EQ, and I boost that 2.5 dB. So we're going to shut that off for now, as we always do, and we'll add that in later. As far as the speaker cab, I go with the cab that comes naturally paired up with the ENGL E650. It's the E412 Pro XXL. I didn't touch the actual speakers that are being used in there. This is loaded up with vintage 30s. I like the sound of it, so I just left those alone. Now, coming back to the microphones, though, this is a combination I've been really enjoying a lot lately. And it's the Ribbon 121, or a model of the Royer R121, and then this Bottle 563 microphone as well. And I have that at 45-degree angle, mixed considerably lower. It's minus 18.7 dB, whereas the R121 is at minus 11.9 dB. The room mics I left alone at what came up with the Condenser 87. I don't have a lot of them in there. It's pulled back, minus 34.5. Where are these mics situated? Well, let's take a look. I have the Royer R121 basically directly on axis, but pulled back, I don't know, maybe equivalent to a couple inches, an inch and a half maybe. And for the bottle mic, I have it pulled back and slightly off axis. And that just gave me the balance I wanted. There's so much power in the ability to be able to move these mics around, and we can really shape the tone with almost nothing but that. And then just a dab of EQ at the end, and we get it really record and live ready. Okay, back to the amp. This tone here is an overdrive type sound. Not super high gain, but it's just a nice overdrive. So I'm not using the clean channel on this. I'm using the lead channel, and I have the gain set instead of on low, on high. So we see when we switch these out, that would be the low gain, this would be the high gain. With the light off is clean, and with it pressed in is lead. So basically I have the lead setting here right around 7, bass at 6.3, middle at 7, treble at 6.5, lead presence at 5.5. I have the contour disengaged and the bright disengaged. Lead volume cranked to 10, and I have master B for the high gain at 6. So that's what this sounded like without my little mastering section and utilizing these particular mic positions that I was talking about before. Now later in the demo video, you're going to hear me play through my Vigier GV Wood semi-hollow body with humbucker pickups, amber humbucker pickups. I decided just for this video to use my GV Wood with P90s. So you might be hearing a little bit of hum. These pickups do make some noise, but they sound so good. I really, really enjoy these pickups. So that's the core tone. Now, if we come over to the little mastering section at the end, let's turn that on. I'll turn the EQ off, the LA2A off, and we'll just play a bit here again. When I bring the LA2A in, let's watch how much gain reduction we get. I'm barely moving the needle on that, very much on purpose. I didn't want to squash this sound very much, but just running a signal through the LA2A gives it a certain something to the sound, and I really love it. It's very subtle, but it's something I really like to do. For those who say that, you know, you could just never compress at the end of a chain, especially if you have any reverb or time-based effects, you know, the amount that I do at the end is so subtle, it really doesn't have any sort of negative effects towards any of those other things. I've talked about that a lot in some different videos. Let's now listen without the EQ, and then I'll put the EQ in just to give this the polish it needed in the final mix. Even something like the neck pickup is going to have a nice sound to it. Again, without the mastering section, it sounds like this. You can hear it has a little bit of tubbiness, a little bit of muddiness. Maybe not quite enough sparkle on the top end when you get it in a mix. When we turn this on, you'd probably notice with it off on the neck pickup, you can really hear how that mastering section helps to kind of clean this up and control it. All right, so there you have it. You can go grab that preset at my website at the link below. Enjoy, tweak it however you want, add whatever effects you want to it. But for now, I also want you to hear how this sounds in the mix, combined with some of the other presets from my ENGL E650 Ultimate Preset Pack, which is also available at my website at the link below. So give that a listen. This is a little longer. I'm going to have the demo video, but then I'm also going to play you all the different presets in that pack just soloed out of the mix so you can hear that. If you're not interested in hearing that, you can skip right to the end of the video. All right, what did you guys think? I was really happy with the way that that turned out. It was a lot of fun to use, and I really love this amp model. It's one I could see myself getting a lot of use out of. Very versatile, everything from beautiful cleans all the way up to some beautiful overdrive sounds. Very nice stuff. I hope that you guys enjoyed that, and I hope it's something you can get used to. Please grab the free preset. If you're so inclined and want to support me, you can purchase the E650 Ultimate preset as well. The little bit of money I sometimes bring in off that just helps me to be able to keep doing these videos, and I hope you guys do enjoy them. So please like the video, share it with anybody who you think would get some use out of watching it. Also, please subscribe to the channel and hit the little bell notification to get notified when I put new content out. I'll be back really soon with some more. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Ciao for now.